when things are going wrong, you personally decide that this is going to be end of your life. I mean, you're going to be alive, but you think end of your life means that you will start living a life which you don't want to live. That's not the fact. You still have all the opportunity which you never even imagined to live the life that you really wanted to live. Whoever is listening to this, I want them to connect in a very simple aspects which you will be able to understand, so that you will be able to face the situation which you once thought that you will not be able to face, or you'll be able to face a situation which you think that you'll not be able to face. So let's make it very simple. At the same time, it has to be very impactful, which means it has to produce results. First, you land up in a situation which you're not able to accept. Sometimes very few situations or situations which you are really not able to handle. So let it be anything. So I'm using the word which you're not able to accept. So in any situation, I will follow these 3 simple things which will make sure everything will fall in place. First one is shut down your own system. I'm not using the word meditation. First, I want you to go to a space where you are not involved in any place or space. So wherever you are, you can calm yourself. It doesn't need to be a Atma-Dhyana or meditation. It can be a simple process where you first calm yourself. Keep your eyes closed. Your brain needs to know that it doesn't need to put this effort to protect you. Whenever your eyes are open, there is a scientific process that is happening within your neurology that brain has to keep itself, in function. So first, shut your eyes. With your eyes closed, you watch what is the thought that is going in your mind. Somehow reach to the space that for next few seconds, I'm not going to think anything. So whatever thought comes, it is like an image appearing in the screen. I'm not bothered about it. You turn on the screen and turn off the screen. Which means whatever thought that is going to appear in your mind, now you think that is appearing in a screen and you turn it off. So it's a black screen now. At least if you're not able to feel the calmness of the mind, take effort to reach that black screen or a plain screen with no images. That's it. Consume that silence. In that space, consume that silence. So from that state, you will commit to 2 things. First one, you will tell yourself that whatever you want is already granted for you. I'm not using the word like gratitude, grateful, be thankful, nothing. You simply tell yourself, see, there is a power which has created this entire universe. You don't want to name it as God or divine, or you don't need to put your particular name for the God based on the religion that you're presently practicing. Simply come to understanding there is a creation, there has to be a creator. And that creator is not against you. He's always in favor of you. Even if you don't believe it, even if you don't want to accept it, just listen as it is. And that creator is always in favor for you. And he is wanting to make sure that you will have the best of life. Every human being needs to know this. As a soul, you deserve the best. Just that you're not aware about it. Okay, let's keep it apart. Now, in that state of calmness, in that state of deep silence, as I said, you consume that silence already. You merge with the darkness from the state of consciousness. It can be a meditation, it can be a state of mind calming therapy, whatever you want to, do, but reach that space within your mind. From there, the second thing that you need to do is tell yourself that power is within you and say, thank you so much for making sure that whatever you want is already granted to you by the power which is within you, and which is the only power through which the entire universe is created. Talk to that power which is within you. Maybe not physically, maybe not mentally, but from that state of, non-physical consciousness. Say with fullest completion, satisfaction, that thank you, because I know that you will give me whatever I want. In fact, you will support me in everything I do. So I know in the situation, even though it is not easy situation for me to handle, still I know you will support me in all possible ways. And I know you will give me what I really want. You will really, really give me what I really want. Thank you so much. This is the second part. And now this really works only when the third part, the completion process. Now you commit to yourself, not even to God, not even to the power, that you commit to yourself. I know that God or the divine power, the supreme power, is going to give me everything that I want. But I'm going to commit only one thing from my side. And I won't repeat the mistake from now. Now, you commit to your own self, not to anyone else, not to the God, not to the supreme power. You'll commit to your own self not to repeat the mistake. See, listen carefully here. It doesn't mean that you have committed a lot of mistake. There is a situation which you're presently facing, which you don't want to face, or which you don't want to experience. You can give yourself a thought, I don't know who's the reason for this, but there has to be the reason for this. Everything works under the cause and effect. Science is nothing but, having the clarity about the causation, nothing more than that. If someone is expert in a field, which means he's not an expert by birth. He has understood the causation, or he's understood the cause behind the effect, which someone is not aware about it. That's all. The entire science is about, causation hunting. That's nothing more than that. It's, giving all the effort and putting all the effort to know the causation behind the effort that they want to see or that they're presently seeing. Nothing more than that. So I see your situation as an effect, and there has to be a cause for it. I don't even want you to find the cause behind the effect which you're going through, the bad time or the worst time or the difficult time or the tough time. But I want you to accept, if it is an effect, there has to be a cause. I don't want you to find the cause and remove it. But I don't want you to be the cause for your difficult time or your bad time from now on forever. For that, the first thing is go to the space of calmness. Second, you are totally in the state of awareness and put yourself without any disturbance. And you are not just saying thank you, really, totally dedicating that thankfulness to the power which is within you, knowing that it is going to give you everything you want. And now in this state, you commit to your own self. Any bad time is not the time for God to prove that He is powerful. Any bad time is the time for you to prove that you are powerful. You have the capability to stand for what you commit. So now commit, I won't repeat the mistake. I'm not saying you should not do the mistake, because sometimes what you do as a mistake is known to you only after you do the mistake. So that's okay, that's a learning time. But from now, I will commit to myself, I will not repeat the mistake which I've done in the past. And if we take 100% conscious effort to make sure from now, I will not commit any mistake, or I will not repeat any mistake which I consciously know that it is a mistake. Mark my word, you want it or not, even by mistake, you will not land up in a bad time. It's not a possibility. That's how it is designed. Once I know that this is going to be my life situation, for the commitment that I'm going to take for my own self, or I'm going to commit to my own self, the magic begins. The magic begins. Just go for it. Whichever you thought is not possible for you, just go for it. Now take responsibility. People are looking for position. People are looking for power. But a real spiritual person need to take responsibility. Anybody can achieve a great power and great position. It's possible. But very few will take responsibility for the position or the power they possess. And a spiritual person has to be one such divine soul. Now listen carefully. What do we mean by responsibility? Responsibility means one who is taking effort to produce the result, not the outcome. Everyone in this world will get an outcome for any action they perform. So we want it or not, we will get an outcome for every action we perform. It be a good action or a bad action, there will be an outcome. A responsible person, one who is not getting into action, one who is aware about the result that he will get as an outcome before he get into action. And now he will commit to himself or commit to oneself that he will take effort to produce the outcome without compromising on two areas, then that is called result. A responsible person will try to produce result without compromising on two qualities. The first one is he will never compromise on the quality of the output, and they will never deviate the timeline. And this is called responsibility. Whatever responsible position that you're presently holding to, maybe a student, maybe an engineer, maybe a doctor, or maybe a manager, maybe a politician, maybe an entrepreneur, whatever. When you get into an action, you take commitment to yourself to produce result. Now you take commitment to produce results without compromising on the quality of the result or quality of the outcome, and without deviating the timeline. And if you do this, you are the responsible person. And every individual is going to take this responsibility to produce results without compromising on quality and without deviating the timeline. The entire world will start seeing the shift. Or else we'll be expecting someone to change our life, something to change our life. No, you are not suffering. You are here to learn that there is a process through which you can avoid the suffering. And even if you believe that you're suffering, from now you're not going to suffer. You don't need to worry about your life anymore. Only with this commitment, you will have power to focus on what you want to focus. Otherwise, you will keep saying, I'm not able to focus. I have a big dream, I have a big goal, but I'm, disturbed by external disturbance. No, when somebody says I'm getting disturbed by external disturbance, which means the disturbance is not powerful. Your focus is weak. You don't have a powerful focus, which means your focus is not powerful enough. I'm always disturbed. There's a lot of disturbance. Doesn't mean that you're very genuine and the world is trying to disturb you. No, this is how the world will be. When you say you're disturbed and there is a lot of disturbance, which means the disturbance is not powerful. You don't have a powerful focus. So from now, when you say there is a disturbance, the disturbance is not powerful. It is for you to remind yourself that you don't have a powerful focus. And that is the truth behind your suffering, or the situation that you're going through which you're not able to handle, or which you don't want to experience, which you're not ready to accept. Okay. Now let me tell you the spiritual truth. Let me put this truth in a very simple way. Now you need to recollect the third point which I was insisting. Once you tell yourself or commit to yourself that you won't repeat the mistake, automatically you will gain all the strength to focus on the focus. You will have no external disturbance. All that you need to do is you need to be honestly commit to yourself that I will not repeat the mistake. Here comes the magic. You will have all the power to focus on your focus. You will be physically fit, mentally strong, emotionally stable by the time you decide to practice that I will not repeat the mistake. And above all, I want you to keep this one principle which will make sure that you will see tangential difference, very dominant difference in a positive way in all aspects of life. Never even think there is a power which is against you. Even if you think there are so many power which is acting against you, there is one power called God power which is always working for you. So even if you forget everything, what I want you to remember from this moment, just remember this. Tell to yourself, even if I forget everything that I know in my life, I will never forget that God will never forget me. This one thing will give you all the strength to face any situation and rise above your present situation. What is that one thing that I will not forget? Even if I forget everything in this world, from now I will make sure I will never forget. God will never forget me. Once you remember yourself that God will never forget you, you want it or not, you will naturally gain strength within your own self to face any situation, and you will make sure you will handle any situation, and you will no more land up in any bad situation. From now and forever, you will only have a good life, and you should have a good life for sure. But you need to live with this simple discipline. Even if I forget everything, I will never forget. God will never forget me. From that very moment, you want it or not, you will experience only good and great things in every aspect of life. In every aspect of life. Aham Brahmasmi.